Hello everyone, good evening. Welcome to Talking Reds, where we bring the latest Liverpool news and transfer news and much, much more. How are we doing? I know not much streaming over the weekend and Saturday night. Studio this morning, and it certainly spoke about a few things that we're going to speak about tonight. Alexander Isak again seems to be a consistent topic for Liverpool fans, consistent topics for every football fan right now, because if Isak is to join Liverpool, it's going to be one of the biggest transfers of the window. And it certainly has rivals panicking already. Never mind Newcastle fans. We're going to speak about that. We're going to speak about also Luis Diaz is on his way to Bayern Munich to join them from Liverpool for a fee that I said could be the fee that could be that the one to get it over the line. £65.5 million for Luis Diaz. He said his goodbyes this morning. We're going to speak about also Rodrygo, another report on Rodrigo, Chiesa, and the future of Ibrahima Konate. Naj, how are we doing? How's your weekend?
Yeah, so not too bad. Busy, but yeah, not too bad. Yeah, yourself?
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Everyone in the chat, make sure you do hit your like button if you are watching right now, and subscribe to the channel if you are new for all your latest Liverpool news and much, much more on this channel. So yeah, make sure you do get your comments in tonight as well. What's your thoughts on the Isak situation? How much do you think Liverpool will bid their first bid of Alexander Isak? That is the report right now. Newcastle are fearing Liverpool coming in. They are braced for a bid. Ben Jacobs has spoken about it. Luis Diaz has spoken about it, and many, many others reported. So I'm just going to go what Ben Jacobs said first. Look, Newcastle are braced for a Liverpool bid for Alexander Isak, are intent on Liverpool signing him, but it's step by step. I don't think Diaz solely unlocks the approach. It's a matter of minutes, hours, or days. Newcastle needs to find a replacement. Maybe not their stale stance softens. So yeah, we've been saying this, haven't we, Naj? It all sort of depends a little bit on if he's bringing other players in as well.
I'll be honest with you. I think Liverpool are going to throw 110 million. I think straight away. I don't think we're going to go in like mad bid. I don't even think we're going to wait for to bother with Sesko. I think it's literally going to come in this week. I think it seems very calculated. Do you not think at the minute, like with the way we're sort of doing things, like
yeah,
I honestly think this. Yeah. It's like we're not panicking. We aren't panicking. You can see we're in the driving seat almost at the minute. Like, you know, Isak quite clearly wants to come to Liverpool. Like, he's turned down everyone else, hasn't he? He wants to come to Liverpool. You know, I keep seeing mutterings of Geordie's going that he's gonna, you know, he has to be 150 million, 200 million if he's going to a Premier League club because they're a direct rival. They're not. We're not a rival to Newcastle. I'm sorry. We're just not. We're just not a rival. You know, Newcastle have done good in the last few years, but they're not a rival.
The only thing direct between Newcastle and Liverpool is the train that Isak's getting on right down to Liverpool Lime Street.
Yeah, but it's yeah, he's not going to play. You know, Eddie Howe's literally come out and said he isn't going to play. He's not playing for Newcastle again, basically. And I think, you know, the Sesko news about him going to Newcastle, I think he could end up there. But I think Leipzig have a good connection with Liverpool as well. So maybe that's something that's being explored at the minute. You know, I'm not going to say that Rich Hughes is going to ring up Leipzig and go, oh, sell him Sesko so we get easy. That's not going to happen. But maybe because of the relationship Liverpool have with Leipzig, do they sort of wait for Liverpool to make the move on Isak? Then they'll be like, give the green light to go on Sesko. Because, you know, football is about money, isn't it, at the end of the day, when it comes to transfers and stuff like that. They want to optimise as much money for Sesko as they can. They're losing Javi Simmons. You know, if they know that Liverpool are going to come in with 110 mil or 120 mil bid, they're not going to turn around and go, oh, Sesko can go for 70 mil. They're going to want more money because that's essentially, you know, they know that Newcastle are desperate. They are desperate now. They're getting that stage. There's 5 weeks left of the transfer window, so they know they're desperate. They know that Sesko is probably the last sort of, you know, gettable name. Let's just say that, who's in sort of that category that, you know, willing to take a risk on. Ekitike, he's already at Liverpool. Gyökeres is at Arsenal. João Pedro is at Chelsea. Delap is at Chelsea. Where else is there you can look outside of that? There's Rekategi, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Atlanta.
He's gone already. Vlahovic maybe, but there's still not a lot of news about him because there's talk about him terminating his contract. But I feel like Vlahovic maybe a bit of a more risk than going for Sesko. And then there's obviously the other one where you look for a bit older, Ollie Watkins. He's not going to swap Villa for Newcastle because they're exactly the same level, in my opinion, at the minute. They're not. There's not much between them. Yes, Newcastle at Champions League, but Emery's a better manager. You know what I mean? Like the teams are not much difference in quality, I wouldn't say. So they know that Newcastle are desperate, and I think the move's going to be by Liverpool this week. 110. I think 110 mil is going to come in because they know that. Like the word desperate I'm using again. Newcastle fans are like sort of, saying that it's 150 mil and stuff like that. The club needs to sign players. They're stuck. They need to sign players. And Liverpool know that. They're in the position where they can just like get the best deal. I still think we'll break the record. I don't think it'll be anywhere near 150 though, I'll be honest.
No, I think we will try to get the money down. And as Beefy said here, the deal needs to be rapid now for both us and Newcastle. I think it's more needed to be rapid with Newcastle because of they haven't done anything. Like Naj just said there, 5 weeks left of the window. They've got Elanga in. They've got pre-season still to play. They need to get the players in bed. They don't really want to. You don't really want to buy more players towards the end when you've already started the season.
Yeah,
maybe like one or two tops, maybe. But they've got so much to do. They need midfielders. They need a couple of defenders, maybe, and 2 strikers at this rate now. It's too much to do in such a short space of time. I think regarding the old deal, we could wait. We can literally wait because we've got Ekitike now. That's why we can wait. We have got a number 9. So we're not fully like, panicking. There's no panicking from Liverpool. This is why we are calm and collected. It's quite strange for us to be in. It's quite nice of us to be in this situation where we have got a striker, and if we get Isak, it's just a bonus. We definitely need a forward. Absolutely. For me, whether it be a left winger or a striker, someone that can play across maybe all 3, or Ekitike play out wide as well. We definitely need a forward because Diaz is gone pretty much now. But we're not in a rush in terms of, because we have got that number 9 there. We have got a starting 11 as such. If Isak comes in, then it doesn't really bother me when he comes in, as long as he does come in for me right now.
Plus, a big thing is, and this is what Newcastle fans are dreading, Luis Diaz going, because that almost shows up the shop that Liverpool are going to put that bid in, because Liverpool have now, I've worked out the other day, Liverpool have already recouped that money for Wirtz, and I don't just mean the 100 mil, I mean the 100. Yep. They've recouped the entire transfer fee for Wirtz, so that means Liverpool can spend a lot of money on Isak, and
it's what we've been saying, though. It's what we've been saying. This is why we've been talking about, the budgets that we do have. If all our players go, that's 200 million plus. Easy. And this is what Nunes going yet. Elliot might go yet. Simicas as well.
I think something, right? And this is quite it's quite a funny thing to say this, but I'm gonna say two words: Darwin Nunes. Now I think that could be used as a bargaining tool. I really do.
I think more Elliot,
Elliot or Darwin Nunes. Just because I think Liverpool turn around and went, we'll give you 90 million and Elliot. I think they probably take that, I think that's that, in my eyes, Elliot's worth 40, 50 million.
And that's another headache that's off their books as well. It's another an extra body midfield. It gives them a different way of playing. Obviously, their midfielders relied on their legs. Give Elliot legs behind him.
Yeah, he'd be sound. Yeah,
that's something else. That's all Elliot needs. Someone with legs behind him. Two players with legs behind him that can do all the work with it and give him a bit of free will. I think it suits Newcastle.
He's got Alanga and Gordon as well. Obviously, going to be there quick and work rate's great out of both of them. The thing is, we're not saying that Liverpool with Elliot haven't got the physicality to have. Liverpool are one of the most run the most. But it's almost weird. He doesn't really fit at Liverpool because of his credentials rather than what the credentials Liverpool have got. He's great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great option, but he's really good at coming off the bench, Elliot. I really do like him come off the bench, but it's almost weird, isn't it? Because he's never going to start over Wirtz. He's never going to start over Szoboszlai. He's not going to start over Gravenberch. He's not going to start over McAllister. He's not going to start with Salah. When does he start? That's 5 or 6 players in front of him. And, I feel like at Newcastle, not really anyone starts over him. Really? Do they? Not really. Maybe one player, but I think he's good enough to like fight his well back in. But I think Elliot or Nunes could be used as a bargaining tool because I feel like Nunes could be one because of the way that Newcastle is sort of we need a striker. They need a striker. Nunes is a huge risk for Newcastle, but it's almost like he's been all right in the Prem. Can we get the best out of him? You know, it may be.
And if you get another striker as well, that's better. It still needs competition.
100%, yeah, 100%. But I don't know. Maybe Liverpool use that. Maybe Liverpool use that as a bargaining tool.
I do feel this back up by Mark because we talk about like Liverpool don't need to rush it. This is probably the only thing now why Liverpool might rush it a little bit, because of the fact that he hasn't had any preseason. He's not even training. He's not training. He's not playing. So he would need to get up match fit before he even starts with us. Yeah. So if we were to prolong this on a little bit towards the end of the window when the season started, he could be knocked back 3 or 4 games getting ready and getting match fit.
Yeah,
which is not ideal for us. So it might hurry up a little bit. So yeah, Roman, like I said, lots of reports have come out about Isak. Obviously, the narrative is changing now between the journalists of Newcastle. The narrative from the Newcastle fans changing now. It's more like, yeah, no one's bigger than the club. See you later. Instead of it's not for sale anymore. It's no longer not for sale. I can absolutely assure you that right now. So Romano said after Diaz has gone, Liverpool expect to go very strong for Isak. The official bid is considered a matter of time. I also saw a report earlier as well that Liverpool have no intention of starting low and bidding in very, very high. So their starting bid, which I think that has to happen. There also was a report by Matt Douglas saying Newcastle will only sell Liverpool if they bring in a replacement. However, if Liverpool's bid is large enough and it viewed internally as the right course of action of the club, they may do a deal. So that's sort of against each other there. They might bring him on only if they buy someone, but if it's big enough to bid, they might sell him anyway. Imagine them not bringing someone in after selling Isak.
I know. I've just, you know what? Sorry, I've just seen a thing just come through on my live updates then, and it said Milan and Juve are showing high interest in Nunes. I don't know how true that is. I've just seen it come up.
I'll have a quick gander. 1 second, guys. We always get breaking news on here now. Anyone that watches every night, we always seem to get breaking news constantly.
I've put it out. So when we're on live, I've put it on as a notification. So when we're on live, it comes up so I can obviously relay it back to you because we always miss something.
Yeah. But it always happens after. Usually, anyone that watches this, 8, 8:30, 9 o'clock, in between that time, in between that hour, there's always something massive. And it's like, well, we could have talked about that on stream, but then you'll have to talk about it in the morning stream. I've not seen anything on Nunes as of yet. 1 second, I'll try. No, nothing on Nunes as of yet. Maybe something might come up. Yeah, something might come up, guys. If it does come through, I will let you know as soon as possible. The other thing I've seen is Tyler Morton speaking.
Live
yeah, other than that, nothing I've seen. Unless it's a note. What's the notification?
It says live score.
Okay, so they might have. That might be another article. Usually, live score do it quite late. Yeah, but yeah, I do think Nunes will go regardless. If I'm honest, I do think Nunes will go.
I mean, there's physically got to be no place for him. If Liverpool just get Isak, I actually don't think we're not going to get him now. I think we're just going to get him. I just think it's so.
It's turned. The balance has turned that much.
Yeah, it's like Newcastle know it. We all know it. We're waiting on what the deal is, basically what it's going to be. But yeah, I think Nunes goes out the door regardless because Ekitike and Nunes, Isak. What's Nunes going to do? He's going to play, is he? He's not going to play over them two, 100%. So yeah, he'll go before the end of the window. I'm not getting worried about Nunes leaving either.
No. I think it's quite clear that Liverpool want him gone, if I'm honest.
He'll go for 40, I think. If it comes to it, he'll go for 40. And I think that'll sort of be maybe the Gahey money. I think Liverpool not done yet. I think Isak and I think we'll get a defender. I think that's the next two things. I really do. And I think we'll stop then. I think that's what's going to happen. Maybe.
We seem, it's mad, isn't it? How much transfers we have done, and we still seem short in certain areas.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Evening, everyone. Anyway, I haven't really said evening to anyone really yet. Bruno, Jen, Beefy, nice to see you all, Mark. Bruno, who else is in? Ekitike, Masala. Is that real Ekatike coming in? I don't know. David, good evening to you guys. And Jonathan is in it as well, our regular Newcastle fan, Jonathan. And he's a very, very well-minded Newcastle fan. He isn't one that's coming at us with all the hicks. In the recent weeks, we've been getting so much abuse from Newcastle fans. I don't know why. Not a clue. But yeah, there was also, I was trying to go through this comment as well. Liverpool need to hurry up and get the Isak deal sorted because we need to set it back because this Friday it's only 2 weeks until the season. Well, we start a week early, don't we, in terms of the season because it's Community Shield against Crystal Palace. So Sasha Cavalieri also mentioned numbers regarding Isak. Liverpool plan to submit a 138 million euro bid for plus bonuses for Newcastle's Alexander Isak. And this is what I wanted to talk about. What would be the money that is going to be thrown around here? It's going to be a lot. It's going to be bigger than the Verts. It's going to be a British record. It's definitely going to be a record. But I don't think it's going to be the whole 150 that Newcastle asking for. Liverpool don't usually tend to agree on the original asking price. It's all about the bargaining and making sure. And I absolutely understand it. And it's exactly the same with every transfer. If Newcastle put £150 million on him, I get it. I get it. For me, I've always said, look, he's a dream signing and he's the most complete striker in the league. He has been doing this for 3 years now for Newcastle in the top level. They have every right to put the biggest price on him they physically can. And I think they will get at least
130.
130, yeah. I don't know if it's going to be 130 fixed cost, but 130 at least, including bonuses.
I think Liverpool, I'll be honest, I think the upfront fee from Liverpool will be, if they want more upfront fee, I don't think it'll go high. Do you know what I mean? Like if they want, let's say for example, they want 120 million upfront, I don't think Liverpool will go more for the add-ons. I think it'll be sort of less add-ons. But if they said, I don't know, let's say they take 110 mil, but it's like 30 odd million add-ons, they take, I think that's what they make something happen like that. I don't think Liverpool are going to go hard on, like what I'm trying to say, the higher the fee up front, the less the add-ons. I don't think Liverpool are going to give them more add-ons because they're just like, no, listen, we're going to give you 130 million or whatever up front. You're not having them add-ons. Do you know what I mean? Because them add-ons
Yeah.
If he does this and that and this and that. So I think it'll sort of be just like, what do you want? Do you want 130 million pounds up front and like, let's say 8 mil add-ons, something like that? Or do you want 110 or 115? Oh, but then you get like 30 odd million add-ons. Do you know what I mean? Or more.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be something along the lines of that.
Bruno said that deal must be done before August the 12th. I think August the 12th was actually my prediction that it is going to be done officially. It's got to be official, guys. When you are guessing what date it is going to be, it's got to be the official account on Twitter saying Liverpool saying it. Jonathan, how are you doing anyway? How are you doing after the 2 weeks of drama you've had? I mean, it's gone from he's not for sale, stop talking about him, to okay, who we're bringing in to replace him. It's gone so quick. It's been a fun 2 weeks with you Newcastle fans. And I know for a fact Newcastle fans are doing hate watch-alongs this year on us. I'm absolutely certain. They will want us to fail so bad. But it's weird, isn't it? How together these fans were at the Carabao Cup final last year. We all praised them for winning. They fully deserved it. Every Liverpool fan praised Newcastle for winning that. And they said, deserved it. Go enjoy your cup. And we get to this stage now where it's absolutely bitter from one side, obviously. We don't give a shit. And we're talking about having rivals. You're not a direct rival at all.
No.
It might be in like a 10 years time if you sell Isak and go build a nice squad and you come into title challenges. You might be rivals soon, but right now, not really.
I get the annoyance. Like I do get it.
I absolutely get it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna like sit here and say, "Oh, you shouldn't feel like this" and stuff. Like, just feel however you want. Do you know what I mean? It's just
don't abuse us.
I mean, say you want to me, I'm bored. But yeah, I don't know. It's one of them things. It's like, I don't like to say it, but it's the football food chain, isn't it? Like it happens. Newcastle have just done it to Forest, if you like, with Elanga. Like, I mean, you could argue that Forest.
You're doing the same to Vissa.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that Forest are probably bigger than Newcastle. I'd probably say the two Champions Leagues does it, to be honest. But in terms
don't wind them up, man. They don't need winding up anymore.
No, yeah, true though, isn't it? Like they're not.
I'd say so, yeah.
Like it's you know, I'd say supported though. I say Newcastle are supported by more people. I would say that.
I think Newcastle are bigger in the Premier League era, aren't they? That's what it is. I think that's got there.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Like, Newcastle have got a bigger, like, you know, Premier League era. Obviously, they've been in the Premier League for a long time. You know, obviously they've dropped down for a little bit, but they come back up again. But you know, this the football food chain. It just happens. Like, you know, Spurs like were terrible last season, and they've gone and taken Kudus off West Ham. You know, one of their best players. They've nearly took Gibbs White off Forest. Like, look, Spurs in the Premier League era are a bigger team than Forest, but Forest are probably a bigger team because they've got Champions Leagues. You know, like they're still trying to take players off each other, and it's just the way the football food chain works. Like, which happened to us. It's happened to us this year, literally with Trent. You know, it's
happened to us many times. This is why we're a good fan base to have a comment on it.
It's happened to us more. I reckon it's happened to Liverpool more times than it's happened to any other Big Six club. I'll be honest with you, because we have a lot of talent come through the doors. We've had multiple players go out. I can even go back to like Arbeloa went to Real Madrid. You can go to like Xabi Alonso went to Real Madrid. Suarez went to Barcelona. Even Dudek.
Oh, Maneman.
Yeah, Maneman, Dudek went to
right. Yeah.
Like all these players have gone on. Yeah, there's even been players that have moved into other Premier League clubs. Like Torres went to Chelsea at the time. There's no way.
Sterling to City.
Yeah, there's no way on this planet that them clubs are bigger than Liverpool, but they still moved at the time because at the time they were bigger clubs, and that's just
they were in better positions. That's why it was. Sterling went to Man City because at that time,
yeah,
Man City was in better positions to fight for titles, and that's why he started. Also, he won. You know, he came through the academy. He wasn't born in Liverpool. Was a QPR? Sterling. So yeah, he went on to Man City. He probably made the wrong mistakes. If he stayed a little bit longer, he'd have won things with Klopp and Liverpool. But he didn't see that, but he's got to let players do what they need to do. And I don't like, I've got to be honest. I don't like the player power thing.
I do you know what I do and I don't, because
you've got to let them go evolve in their career, and they should certainly have the full say on what they do. But I think the club should have some sort of power as well at the same time.
Yeah, well, I think that sort of coming and all that, and that sort of just eliminated all that. And I think even over the last 10 years, it's been more player power than ever, hasn't it? Really, like one of the strangest transfers that always comes back to player power for me. Obviously, it was an astronomical fee as well, but Neymar, he wanted to leave prime Barcelona to go and be the man, and he went to PSG. I mean, the Barcelona didn't complain. He got an absolute fortune for him, didn't he? But like, he wanted to go. Like, and like, you think 30, 40 years ago, he wouldn't have been allowed to do that.
Mbappe was a strange one as well.
Yeah. Like,
the wage he was on was ridiculous, wasn't it? Like, he had some control of the club, didn't he, in his wage?
Yeah, like, and then I want to go to Real Madrid. Like, it's just weird.
Yeah, I mean, it was the start of what Real Madrid were doing then, getting everyone for free.
Yeah.
Bruno said, I'm keeping my firmly on the ground with the Isak rumours because we have been hurt so many times in the past. And I do get that, Bruno. I do get that. And I'm the first to say, look, I'm not getting excited. I'm not. And I was, go back to a few months, start of the transfer window, I'm like, I don't think, I'm not too excited. I am excited because I think we will do a good business, but I didn't expect this. I didn't expect this. And this is why I feel this feels different. It feels that not only does it feel different, it has been different. It's not just a feeling, it has been different. That's why I think Isak, I am now leaning towards, I started at 5% 2 weeks ago. Isak, I'm now probably over the 50% mark. I honestly think about 65%, I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen now.
I'm 95% certain.
But that's what's happened over the last 2 weeks. That's how quick it's gone.
Yeah.
It's been a mad week or so with the Isak rumours. I mean, the XTK one went really quick. It was like Friday we were interested, Sunday we put a bid in, we're going within a week.
Yeah.
But the Isak one, it is a dream, and I think for me right now, I think it is leaning towards it's happening because Isak's pushing it. I didn't think, if I'm honest, we said it all the way through. We didn't think Isak would push like this.
Well, we said I was just thinking then, when you said 5%, because then you went 7%, like the day after when we talked about it. Like I thought when we said that, I think we both agreed, like, we don't think he's going to hand the transfer request in. He seems quite cool, calm, and collected. But last week when the news broke that he was willing to do that, and the way he said, "I want to go," we didn't think he'd do that, and that's the only thing we both said. If that happens, then
hold us back here.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen, and I think because that's player power, then, isn't it? That's like, right, I'm done, I'm finished here. Like I'm not playing for you again, and like that's what has happened essentially. I mean, I actually don't think he's gone the bad way around it. I think he's been quite calm about it. Like, like let's use an example, Luis Diaz right now. Like Luis Diaz wanted more money at Liverpool. Liverpool didn't want to give it him because he's 29 soon.
Yeah,
that's fine. There's been no bad blood. Luis Diaz's dad has done my head in because all he's done is rattle on about going to Barcelona and stuff like that. And Diaz has a lot of interest from Barcelona as well, but they obviously can't afford him. He wants more wages. Liverpool don't want to give it him. He's gone to Bayern. Happy days. All the best, Luis Diaz. He didn't have to hand a transfer request in because it was done. Because the position that Isak's in, he has to, doesn't he? He has to sort of say that because Newcastle are not going to let him go.
They're not budging, are they? No. Yeah. If they came to some sort of compromise without him having to do that, then it'd been all right. But like us with Diaz, and we're in a position that why would you want to go, sort of thing, as well.
Yeah, of course. And like, I've had videos sent to me. I'm not going to laugh at people because I think it's, it's just, you're not going to get this at Anfield, like, Isak in the stadium and stuff like that. His name with the banners and stuff. Like, it doesn't. It's great. He's been fantastic for you. Like, it's just the next chapter of his football career. Like, it happens, and people like can't get their head around it, and it's literally because he wants to leave, and that's it. And that's just as simple as that. And I think Liverpool played this out so well because they've literally turned around and gone and got Ekatike. That is filthy. Doing that is absolutely filthy.
Getting them both is just a spit in the face, isn't it?
It's
literally the ultimate gameplay. The master plan that they told us that they had.
It's filthy. Like I've not seen it. Right. It's
like turning someone's fucking PlayStation off, isn't it? Yeah. When they're mid-game, 3-0 up on FIFA and they turn it off. It's that disrespectful. It's that disrespectful. You don't do that. Any guy, any person that's grown up on playing PlayStation, whatever, playing Xbox, whatever you want to play. There's many consoles out there. Sega Mega Drive, if you want to put that in there.
Yeah.
Anyone that's in there, that someone turning that off when you're mid-game is the most disrespectful thing you can do. Mm. And that's what it feels like. It feels like so much disrespect. And speaking of disrespect, actually, Jonathan, you said there, whenever I've given Liverpool abuse on here, Jonathan, you have not given anyone abuse at all. At all. You've been brilliant. And Jonathan is a very, very good, I'm trying to think of the word. What's the word? What's the example of a very, very good fan? Open to talking about things, open to talking about whether it's rivals or not, whether it's against your team or not. He's open to talk about certain things. But myself and Naj especially, have received a lot of abuse from Newcastle fans. Certainly not you, though, Jonathan. Certainly not you. That's why I absolutely love you coming in here. Tony said, evening, guys. We definitely need 2 centre-backs for the Gomez news and yet another injury. Funnily enough, this actually comes up because me and Naj have had many conversations about this. But do we get rid of Quansah or Gomez? And I said, with Gomez's injury record, I'd rather keep Quansah, and I was very adamant on that. Naj wanted to keep Gomez, and you said you're happy with Quansah going.
Yeah.
I was happy either way, but I just thought I knew Gomez can't be relied on.
Yeah, but could Quansah be relied on the spot? I'm sure.
I get that. But I'd rather have Quansah there as an availability than not, and have Gomez there not there.
Yeah, I agree.
But Gomez is a better player, though.
Who's that?
Gomez is a better player,
and
would suit us more if he is fit.
Yeah, I think Gomez is. Yeah, 28 years old. He's got years on Quansah, hasn't he? Like, he won the league. Probably one of the best centre-back partnerships in Premier League history that year. Probably one of them. Obviously, Terry and stuff and all that are up there, but I think Liverpool conceded like 4 goals or something before Christmas, something crazy like that, wasn't it? I know we didn't give a crap after Christmas, like, but yeah, I like Gomez. I don't know, maybe I don't know. I don't even think it's like me being because he's been at Liverpool a long time. Like I just like him. I sort of want him to get back into the swing of things. But yeah, I agree. Injuries are sort of a problem with him. But saying that, if we do bring in the centre back in, that's got a good fitness record, like maybe Gahey. I mean, Gahey's had a few injuries in the past, but he's
not worrying.
Not worrying though. You know, I mean, you can't complain. Konate, Gahey, Gomez, Van Dijk. That's a very good 4. I actually think that's probably better than having Matip and Gomez, because Matip was like quality, but I think he's actually had a worse injury record than any Liverpool player I've ever seen.
Yeah.
He'd be out for like, his injuries were always serious, weren't they?
Very long term, all the time. Yeah, it hurts a lot, doesn't it?
Yeah,
it hurts a lot, especially how good Matip was at the time.
Yeah, he was brilliant, and I mean, even the season when when Van Dijk and Gomez both got injured, he was out for ages. Matip as well, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Come back, and then he was fit for 2 seasons. He was fit for the 22-23 season. He was really good. Went all the way in the Champions League, all the way, and he was brilliant, wasn't he, that season? And then he got injured. He got injured again, and he was out for a complete year again. That's why
I think that was like the last straw, wasn't it, with him, really? And that's why you had to just let him go.
Yeah, he just got injured too much. I mean, do you remember? Was it he had another season, didn't he? He was really good. Oh, yeah, sorry, it was the season we won the Champions League. He was brilliant that season, and he got injured twice. Really long-term injuries in that season. So, I think if we get like a Gay here, I mean, I'm obviously speaking like we're obviously interested in him. Might not be a Gay here we get in, but I think if we get reliable centre back in, I think we'd be okay. I mean, people are worrying about it, panicking about it. I think Slot's comments were interesting the other day about Gravenberg and stuff like that could play there. I mean, Gravenberg can be playing in goal and stuff, so he loves him, doesn't he? But I think Liverpool won't be that daft to go after another centre back. I think I do think if Nunes goes, which I think that's the next protocol, rather than Isak. Then I did say this the other week though, didn't I? I said strikers, then I'll go into defence. I don't think the defence is as short as people think though. Like centre back, yes, but look at the full back positions.
Oh, fullback's fine. Fullback's is fine. And what worries me though, mate, is we started a little bit against AC Milan. I don't care about the result at all, but what I look is little bits of it, and it shows indications of what we could be set up. It could show. I look at individual performance as well, and who wants to play this season.
Yeah,
look at that. And what gets me is that centre back area, and obviously we don't have a defensive minded DM. I know Gravenberch has been sensational. Don't ever mention Gravenberch as centre back again. I think last resort, the fact that he said is an option, I'm not happy about. If I'm honest, it should never be an option. It should never be depth for that. It's just a last resort because he's got, midfielders have that ability though. Midfielders have got every attribute. You should have every attribute that you need to be a footballer. You should be able to play in multiple positions. But what I worry about is that counter-attacking massively. Against AC Milan, with also Rafael's pace, I think we need that defense. I feel a bit unbalanced for me.
Yeah, I won't look into it at all too much. I think first half Liverpool were pretty good. I'll be honest. Like Van Dijk played, obviously Salah played, Szoboszlai, Wirtz first half. I mean, that's probably going to be more of the first 11 if you like. Alisson as well first half. But yeah, I mean, I think the legs in midfield really do make up for the fact that Liverpool don't have a natural CDM.
Do you think that makes Szoboszlai more of a chance of starting? Especially Wirtz now at 10. Wirtz is at 10. Obviously, he's got legs to get back, and he does get back, but he's a proper 10 where he needs to be there in those pockets. Do you think that gives Szoboszlai a good chance of starting in those 2 positions?
I think people are overlooking Szoboszlai
because of how hard he works.
But I think people overlook him, like just because he didn't get mad numbers last year. But he was so important, so important to the team. He's definitely better in the 8. We've all said this. He's miles better in the 8, isn't he? Like he's just proper box to box, good quality midfielder. Like his passing range is brilliant, and he's just got that. He's big and he throws himself about, and he's very quick. I'm not going to prefer. He isn't Gerrard, but he's Gerrard-esque in the way he plays a little bit.
Yeah, we said that the other week. Yeah, like I've seen the profile.
Yeah, like physicality. I don't think he's as fast as Gerrard. Don't get me wrong, Gerrard, lightning quick, but he is very quick. And I don't think you drop McAllister or Gravenberch over him, to be honest. But certain games, maybe Gravenberch gets more of a rest. So I wouldn't mind. It sounds wild saying this. Come on, but it happens to Gravenberch. Like Gravenberch is a forward-thinking midfielder, but he did very well in the six last season. I think as long as you've got McAllister next year, I think whoever plays there can play well because he's sort of the glue, if you know what I mean. Like he's sort of the one who gets stuck in and stuff like that. And you watch him all games and stuff. But I don't know. I get what you're saying, like with the counter attacks. I wasn't too worried about it. I think if you've got the full, like people are like, oh my god, I can't believe this. It's rubbish and Tsimikas played in the second half and he was like, he ain't gonna play. That's all I'm gonna say. He isn't gonna play. And Van Dijk, Konate. I'd probably lean a bit more towards Bradley at the minute, probably starting over Frimpong, just to start the season.
I don't know, because like I said, I think we need the legs.
Yeah. Bradley's quick though, and he is. I get what you're saying because he didn't look great in that second half.
Leo had him on toast.
Toast, didn't he? Yeah. I mean, the thing with Frimpong and Kerkez, they're so fast. Like.
That's why I'm saying. That's what I said this on Saturday night. I said those two are going to be very, very important this season because if we haven't got a defensive minded DM covering those spaces, and we don't know what's going on in the centre back position, those two are very important because their legs getting back.
Yeah,
very, very important.
I mean, Gravenberch's very quick and very mobile, very fast, isn't he? Like for his size, he's very quick and like.
He got long strides, hasn't he?
Yeah, McAllister probably out. There's Soboslai, McAllister, Gravenberch, like. McAllister's probably the slowest out of them, but I mean, he's an engine, isn't he? Like
he's like a dog in it. Yeah, he's just.
But yeah, like Gravenberch, like I'm not worried too much about him. It's almost that, isn't it? Right? I'm not worried about his physicality because I think Gravenberch's physicality carries him a lot because he's so quick and he just bursts with the ball. And same with Soboslai. I think it's that. I know what you're trying to say. It's the defensive mindedness of it, like when to.
It's picking up. Yeah, it's picking up spaces that a defensive minded player would do in that situation.
Yeah,
and last season, especially the second half of the season when Gravenberch fell off, he was there were lots of spaces for players to get into in that area. I'm not saying you're gonna have to be there all the time, but a proper DM eats up those spaces a little bit and gets hold of those players that you need to get hold of.
Like this is why I was a bit more obviously towards the start of the window. I was like, I think Liverpool could probably look at Bajcetic. I mean, obviously, if people have not seen him, he's just an operation. That's why he's not in pre-season. That's the reason why. Maybe Slot looks towards him because he had a brilliant season last season at Las Palmas, and he was really good for us when he come through at 18. If you've watched a little bit of him at Las Palmas, like he looks a bit bigger now and stuff like that. But he is defensive minded because
yeah.
And I think is it unkind to rely on him, Bajcetic? I don't know. Maybe. The understudy to play in that midfield. I'm more than happy to go right. This team won the league last year. You're going to come on for last 10, 15. The Endo role. You're going to come on and start to work your way into his team. I think Bajcetic has got a talent. Like he was put in.
He is. It's just that injury record's not looking good now, is it? It's how he recovers from that as well, isn't it? It's a big injury.
Yeah, he
recovers from that.
I like him. I do really like him. I think he's definitely got a future, but I don't know how can he bounce back from this injury. Maybe he's getting the era like Van Dijk and stuff. People have been on really serious injuries and how do you get back?
Yeah, he came back as strong as ever. Yeah.
Go
on, mate.
Go on. Yeah. So
I'm going to get a few comments. DB Online as well said 87 online, only 17 likes. Have I come into my United or Arsenal channel? That doesn't seem very univocal to me. Hit the likes and subscribe if you are new people. Yeah, please do. It takes 2 seconds. That's all it does. It takes 2 seconds to hit that like button on the side. The thumbs up. That's all you have to hit. Do not accidentally go right and hit the thumbs down. Please make sure you put on the right thumbs. make sure it is one of those. It helps us out massively. It takes 2 seconds to do. And like DB said there, subscribe to the channel if you are new for all your latest news and much, much more different kind of content this season as well. Bruno said, I've been a Liverpool fan for 24 years. I've seen many, many players go. Newcastle moaning about us getting their best player hypocritical. Newcastle themselves took Anthony Gordon from Everton when they were struggling financially. They forget about that. They also said that we're tapping up Isak when they're doing the same thing to Vissa as well. Don't let them run narratives. When we played Newcastle, put Ekitike and Isak up front. I need an Isak winger. I do need an Isak winger, and that I think it'd be absolutely hilarious. Gomez had 2 decent seasons, one at centre back and the other year left back. I mean, yeah, you know what? That season when he went to left back that season, I said I think we should get rid of him at that point because he was injury prone and he dropped off massively. I said as centre back, he wasn't good enough at that point. But then he went to left back and he was a different gravy again at left back. So it sort of won me back round again. But I sort of got it right when I said he want there as a centre back. We need to sell Gahey before Chelsea sell Jackson, said Fireburn. The centre back needs major attention, said just for laughs. I'm trying to get a few comments as well. Like I said, get your comments in on Isak, get your comments in on Gay, get your comments in on Diaz, because we're going to speak about a little bit about Diaz as well, because Diaz is now on his way to Bayern Munich. Like I said, a fee was agreed at the weekend, £65.5 million. And I said last week, I'll take 65 to 70 million. That's what I said. And we have certainly took 65.5 million. What's your thoughts on that? Because obviously Diaz wanted to go. It seemed that he wanted to go. There were even Liverpool fans saying that we might keep him. Now, there was no chance in my mind. Once a player wants to go, he's sort of against the wall a little bit. And we would need to move forward. At the end of the day, if we're not going to offer a new contract, we can't keep him here.
Slot is not the type of manager. You can tell. You can tell already. Like, he's not the type of manager to just go, yeah, we'll keep him even though he doesn't want to go. He's ruthless. He is ruthless. Look what he's done. He won the league. He's absolutely stripped the squad down, just bin everyone, bin people off he doesn't want, and sound. I like it. I like Diaz. I really do, and I did say I'd like Diaz to stay, but got to sort of look forward. Slot liked him last season. He was great as a false 9. He was great on the wing. Ultimately, I don't think Slot trusts him to the degree to go and get him. What Isak or what Ekitike could. I mean, the different players, obviously, and I think Luis Diaz's work rate is something you cannot over. You can't not dispute. He's brilliant at running back and just work for the team. But Slot's obviously seen something that he wants to do. Fair play. It's good money. It's good money. Look, he's 29. Like I say, we paid £42 million for him. We've just sold him for £65 million. We've made 23 mil on him. You know what I mean? That's like.
I think Diaz was kind of signing for Liverpool. It was like a what if, wasn't it? I mean, the injury knocked him back a bit. He came in absolutely flying. He came in and said, Mane, I'm taking you away left wing position. You go up top. And that's what he did. He came in absolutely flying. Proper Klopp player. Energy, skill, and just sheer determination, hard work. You could tell how he has grown up, and hard work has got him into football.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Absolutely tell by the way he plays, because he literally wears his heart on the sleeve, goes for everything. And then the big injury came. Obviously, what happened with his father as well. A lot of things didn't help, and it did knock him back. We saw, and then when after that, really, it wasn't consistent, was it? We saw glimpses. His best game for me was against Man City. Absolutely running ragged that day.
Yeah.
But that glimpses just weren't enough.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because define a good winger. I'd say it's not necessarily about goals and assists. I think it's about how you run the wing, command the wing. I think he was overlooked at that. He's actually very good at that. Yes, we are greedy. We are it's just because he's come after Mane, and Mane was unbelievable, wasn't he? He was on the wing, banging in goals, getting assists, just destroying teams. Luis Diaz did do that, but not to the degree that Mane did. And I think we sort of, it's not good enough. I never thought that once. I thought, yes, he does miss some stinking chances, Diaz, but he's still a good player. And I do honestly respect him. He's come to Liverpool.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant. I've not been as consistent as we'd like to be. He's been brilliant. He's had such major setbacks. Like you said, he's worked for adversity, hasn't he? He's had such difficult problems, and he's managed to come out the other side shining. And like, you know, I hope he does really well at Bayern. I really do. And you know, he's got the contract that he wants as well. Like, I think they've got, he's getting 150k a week, something like that. He's getting.
Yeah.
He's on a 3-year deal. Why not? Enjoy yourself, lad. Go and play in the Bundesliga. He'll probably win the Bundesliga 3 times in a row.
That's all you ask for players, right? All you ask from players, right, that join Liverpool, come, work your ass off, give everything you got, and then when you leave well, and we'll wish you well. That's all you ask. And that's what Diaz has done. He's pretty much come here, given his all. Yes, sometimes he's not being as consistent as he wanted to be, but he's been a big part of winning that league, especially last season. He covered the 9 position when he didn't have to last. You know what I'm saying? He covered a position that he's not used to. But he worked his ass off still in every game, and that's all you ask for. And fair play to him. Fair play to him. And now every Liverpool fan will be behind him going to Bayern Munich.
I'll say this. When the 6 months he come in, you know, this is what I like to use Luis Diaz's career as at Liverpool. Now he's leaving. That 6 months he come in from January 2022. I can't get the years right in a minute. But when he come in,
it was 2022, yeah.
He sparked us into getting to where we got to. We was 1 point off winning the league. I feel sick even mentioning it. We should have won that Champions League final. We won the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. I don't think we win any of them without Diaz. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think he come in and he was that much of an impact. He was so good. And, you know, he carried us then to win that. He come in, he was like a breath of fresh air. And then this season as well, I don't think we win the league without Diaz this season. I think, obviously, Salah's the main man, honestly. But I think this season, Diaz had some massive moments. And, yeah, he had a few misses, but so do a lot of players. And he had some big moments. He scored some big goals. And I think, you know, if you come out of it, he's won 4 trophies at Liverpool since he's been in 3 years. It's not a bad haul. You know, 3 of them trophies, I think he had a very, very huge impact in them. So, fair play, Luis Diaz. You know, you've done well for us. You've done exceptional for us.
Yeah, and we'll always wish him well wherever he goes after this, whether he stays at Bayern Munich or wherever he goes somewhere else. We'll always have his back, always. Red Goals makes a good point here. For me, centre-back situation is more important than Isak because defence wins your leagues, and I don't want to see Robbo or whoever isn't a centre-back playing that position. Gomez's fitness isn't reliable anymore. And I spoke about Gomez earlier. I've compared it to what I did on Saturday. Compared it to what happened with the midfield. And when we're like, oh, we've got the numbers for midfield, but I said we haven't got the quality. And the numbers that we've got, some of them injury prone. I didn't classify Thiago as an option. When we had Thiago on that time, I didn't classify as an option because he's just it was just a bonus that he was fit. When he was fit, it's a bonus. Look, unbelievable. The best bonus we could possibly get. But I didn't classify him as an option. I didn't classify him as that depth. Same with Keita. So at one point, we couldn't classify him as an option. So right now, really, we're looking at a centre-back situation. And I don't classify Gomez as an option now. I've got to that point where it's now the Thiago Keita situation. I don't classify him as an option going into the season. It's just a bonus if he is fit. 2 centre-backs. That is the situation right now. That I will say one thing about Isak, though. I think it's a very important sign. I'll tell you why. Because when Salah goes, we're replacing his goals. And we are future-proofing very well there.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what, though? I'll say this. Like, I think we get a centre-back this window. I'll be honest, I think we do. Slot is not going to leave a team that short at the back. I know he's not. And I know Edwards and Hughes aren't going to do that.
I think we need 2, personally. But that's because I don't count Gomez as an option.
Yeah, I suppose we could. I think we'll get 1, at least. Maybe a really young player, or maybe Dalot comes through, or something like that. I'm not too stuck on Dalot yet. I can't really give an opinion on him, but, you know, maybe we look towards that. But I think in the next, you know, Liverpool won't buy a forward for, like, 3 years now. I don't think we will. We don't need to. I'll be honest with you. You know, when Isak comes through the door, I think, you know, we'll probably look towards like maybe midfield and defence next. Goalkeeper sorted.
We'll look at a Salah replacement, but it doesn't have to be that big player anymore. It doesn't have to be that, oh, he's got to score this amount of goals, this amount of assists, because you're not going to get a player like Salah again. We're replacing Salah's goals and assists in other areas. We've got Wirtz now for assists, if you want more assists, and Isak and Ekitike for the goals. You
got to think 3 years left of Salah. I think Salah stays for 3 more years. I think that you know, I think you're doing it because they've both got a 1-year extension thing in the contract, haven't they? So I think if it's still going well, which I hope so, because we're making the right moves, aren't we, with players? I don't think they'll leave. I don't think, for 3 years. So obviously it takes Van Dijk to being 37, which is quite crazy. But I mean, he's so good anyway. But no injuries. I think they stay for 3 years, both of them, and then that sort of just gives Liverpool such a freer option to sort of go they need to replace them. Let's sort of get the right fit for us, the right fit to bring in at the time. I think that's maybe what they're looking at with centre back. I think Gahey, obviously, he doesn't displace Van Dijk, but I think Gahey could potentially displace Konate. I'll be honest with you, just because I think that slot looks a bit more towards someone who's, how do I word this, better on the ball in a way, like ball playing. I don't think Konate's bad at ball playing, but he's definitely worked on it since he's been at Liverpool. When he first comes to Liverpool, he was just a unit, wasn't he? Like a big, just pace, bang, win every header, aggressive defender. And he's got a bit better at ball playing. But I think Gahey's naturally gifted at ball playing. You can tell he must have played somewhere else, mustn't he? Or something. You can just midfield possibly or something like that. I think Konate's always been a centre back because I think he's must have always been a big lad, to be honest. But yeah, it's interesting to see where we go sort of with the centre backs in the next, maybe this season we get one. I don't know. Maybe you look towards, like, someone just put Bastoni there. I think that could be maybe someone if you look at in a couple of years. Maybe next season. I like Bastoni, and I think. Do you know what's got me actually, Dave? Why is Jarell Hato going to
Chelsea?
What is that about? Crazy that.
Good signing for them though. They did need a defence and a keeper, really. So I think Chelsea are going to be a threat this season now. I think it's be four teams going for the title this season.
I think Chelsea will be a threat, but I don't think they'll be a threat till the end of the season. Like not till the end of the season. I think they'll drop off towards the end of the season. Do you get what I mean? I don't.
Yeah. When you need that experience.
Yeah, I think they'll sort of just not get there. I do think they're a threat though. I'm not gonna say they're not. They probably the two hardest games last season were against Chelsea. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I'd say the best team we played against last season.
Yeah, like the way they set up, the way they played. It was a difficult win at Anfield. We did win obviously, but probably one of the hardest games. PSG and Chelsea probably the two hardest games we played.
They outplayed that game at Anfield when we won. They outplayed us. A better team.
Yeah, true. PSG really good as well when we played them. Them two teams were the two teams I looked at last season and was like, they're pretty good. And Chelsea have added João Pedro, Delap, Vinyl Gittins, who else? Xavi Simons, Hato. Do you know what one thing?
João Pedro and Liam Delap up top.
Yeah, one thing that's got me Chelsea, they've not got a goalkeeper, and I think that's going to be the shortcomings. I think Robert Sanchez, Jorgensen.
Yeah, they need a keeper, definitely.
They're not good enough. They're just not good enough to win a league with, or win. They can win trophies with them, but I just don't think they're good enough to win a league. Like they've had a big issue with goalkeepers, haven't they, at Chelsea since Czechs went and Courtois. They've had a big issue. They've had about 10 goalkeepers since then, haven't they? Kepa. I can't even think.
No, I can't think of the Chelsea keepers since then.
Mendy.
Yeah, Mendy. Yeah, and they paid. What was the record keeper fee for Kepa? Because they broke Alisson's record, didn't they?
Yeah.
For Kepa.
Mendy was good for about a season, and they got rid of him. They didn't have. Who did they go straight to Robert Sanchez after that? I don't think they did they? They had someone else before that. I don't know. They just can't seem to get the goalkeeper formula right. I don't know why they went back on the Magnan deal. It was a bit of a weird one, to be honest. Like he's a good keeper actually, Magnan. So I don't know. It's just interesting though because you're looking at it now. I said this to a mate yesterday. I'll ask you the same question. With Arsenal signing Gyökeres, I actually think Arsenal are more of a threat than City now.
Yeah, because I think they're very well drilled. I said this the other day. I think Arteta's actually doing a better job in controlling games than what Pep is, because I think Pep, he's just pass. They're not really creating many chances. I think Arsenal create a bit more chances, and now they've got a striker that can make runs to create better chances in those areas. And then if you get Eze as well, I think they've had a good transfer window.
Oh, people obviously say, City had a really good transfer window at the start. I think the January signings were rubbish. Like, I think Marmoush's brilliant. Honestly, what a brilliant signing. But the rest,
I like Reinders. He's a good player.
but I mean about the January.
Oh, right, the January. Yeah.
And the new players he brought in. Reinder's really good. Aitnori, great. I actually really like Aitnori. Defensively, a bit lacking, I'd say, a little tiny bit, but he's good. But like, who else they brought in? I've forgotten now. Trafford. I mean, Trafford. Cherky, Trafford. Cherky's unproven. You can't really comment on it. Trafford. I mean, he had a really good season in the Championship last season. Can he make that step up to the Premier League?
Newcastle fans, if you are still with us.
Yeah. But if I was going to look at like who's had a better window out of Arsenal and City, like City last season had major issues with that midfield. Like Gundogan was not very good. Bernardo Silva's legs are gone. Rodri wasn't there. De Bruyne's, he's not there anymore. They had huge problems with that midfield, and it ultimately cost them a lot in games. They've added Reinders. Reinders is great. Rodri's back. Cherky, I think, will play on the wing, obviously. But it's like I look at Arsenal, and they only needed a striker. They needed someone to score them goals because he didn't have that, and now they've got that in Gyökeres. And then the other midfielder, like Partey, was decent last season. But who would be a better company with Rice? Zubimendi. We was after him last year. I think they've had a really good window, Arsenal. And Madueke's a great sign. He's an upgrade of Martinelli. I think they're going to look dangerous. They're on Arsenal. I'm more scared of Arsenal than City next season. I'll be honest. I am, because just they've had a better window. And I think, yeah, like you say, Pep just, I don't know where he's at the minute, Pep, because he's going, isn't he? He's going eventually. Like was it next year he's finished? This season?
Yeah, I think so. I think it is next year, yeah.
I don't know what.
Unless they win the court case, and then he might stay on. I think he's waiting for that,
Yeah. I mean, it was quite interesting that he only signed a 2-year extension last year and not because managers usually do like 4, don't they, or 3 or 4. Like players 4, 3, 5 years, but 2 years is interesting for me.
Like I said, I think he's waiting for that court case. I think he knew it was going to be around that time. So it's like if they're guilty, he's gone. If they're not guilty, then I think he'll stay for me. I think he might extend.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because the Premier League. I think the Premier League's 3-horse race next year. I'm not going to discredit Chelsea. I think they'll be in there, but I don't think they'll be in there at the end. I think towards the end, there'll be still Liverpool, City, Arsenal. But I think I am more scared of.
They're building on the right path, though. I think Chelsea. I think they just need that experience now in the title race.
Yeah,
they can build onto that. Good evening, Daz. How are we doing today? Where can we push our players? What do you mean by that, Daz? Where can we push our players? Hopefully to another title. Yeah, there was. I was going to go over quickly on the Rodrigo situation. There was a reporting by Marca, obviously, in Madrid, in Spain. Madrid believe that seems increasingly likely that Liverpool will make a move to sign Rodrigo after selling Luis Diaz to Bayern Munich. Is that, I want to say lazy journalism? Is that opportunistic journalism?
Yeah.
We've seen Diaz gone. Oh, that's it. It must be coming for Rodrigo.
I think it's off the table now.
Yeah, asking too much. I think we are interested in him. I mean, like James Pierce said, we're not interested in him. I think we are. I think, why wouldn't we be? We just lost our winger, and he's one of the best wingers in the world football. Comes available. We have got to be interested, especially this season, this summer. But I think the wages and agent fees and things like that could be asking too much. We don't really give out big wages like that straight away. Just going to go over a couple more things as well. Chiesa, obviously, even after the Luis Diaz sale, Chiesa remains to leave Liverpool as he wants to play more. Sevilla is still his favourite destination. I still expect Chiesa to go. And it is, I think we are short on, obviously, on the last year on the forwards. But I do want to see the emergence of Ria and Gamora this season. I want to see him first team minutes. But I also don't want to rush him too much, Naj.
I agree. Gapo gets an injury through the season. He always does. He's not out for long, but he's always out for like a couple of weeks, isn't he? Like he always just tends to get one. Yeah, I mean, I want Rio and Gamora to come through as well. Brilliant. He's fantastic. Like, he's definitely like got it. He's got it, and you can just tell when someone's got it. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, like, Chiesa's going, but for me, Chiesa's good right wing cover for Salah when he goes AFCON. But obviously, we've got Frimpong. Maybe we change the system when Salah goes AFCON. maybe we play Soboslai and Wirtz as like the sort of attacking mids, and then have Ekatike and Isak, or maybe Ekatike goes in the wing and Gapo goes on the right. There's so many different things that could line up next season, but I don't think we're short in attack now. If we get Isak, we're fine. I don't really want to get Rodrigo in because that sort of stunts the growth for Engamoa. And you know, it sounds weird. Like, is he an upgrade on Gapo? Possibly, yeah. But for me, I think Gapo, in a weird way, fits Liverpool really well, doesn't he? Do you not think? Like, he's just a good player. Like, I think he gets so overlooked. It's mad. I don't know. I honestly couldn't even tell you when it gets to the start of next season. If we get Isak, I can't tell you how we're going to line up. I can't tell you what positions people are going to play. All I know is Salah will be playing.
Salah and Van Dijk and Alisson.
Salah, Van Dijk, and Alisson. They'll be in their positions, but I can't tell you anyone else is going to play. Like, it's wild, isn't it? Like, do we just? You can't. I don't think we're going to bench Ekatike. Money we've paid for him. If he's starting, 100%.
So Marx has said there just now, journalists saying we're going to put £100 million offer for Isak. I've just looked on, and there is a like an aggregate page on Twitter, Liverpool, saying that a journalist has said this. They don't say the journalist. I've clicked on the thing. It says Sasha Tavolieri. I've gone on Sasha Tavolieri's Twitter. Nothing. So that might come out. That might come out in the next couple of hours or something. But I've not seen anything else. No one else has really pushed it out. Yeah, that's an interesting one. But I do think, regardless whether it's true or not, I do think that bid is coming soon. It is coming soon, and it will be a big bid. And with Sesko, Vissa, the talks of Newcastle going for any of those two, it just adds to the fire of our beliefs of Isak joining Liverpool. Unless Man United do take Sesko off him. I mean, could it get any worse for Newcastle fans? I said, you know, the other day I said, do I feel sorry for him? No, not after the abuse I've received from him. I mean, I won't go with the get a wash comment I got.
I've got interested. Why? I've got a question for you. Why do you think that Newcastle can't sign any players?
Need money.
No, like genuinely though, they're obviously going in for players.
Yeah, it's a strange one, isn't it? I mean, they're in a good position though. I don't know. Have they got a sporting director now?
I don't know. I know he left, didn't he, at the start of the window?
I think if they ain't got one, then that's probably the reason why. They ain't got anyone that's really trained in that area to sort deals out.
I can't put my finger on it. Like, yes, they're in a brilliant position, and is it like, because we get it a lot, being Liverpool, around Liverpool or Manchester teams get it a lot. It's like, oh, it's not in London, it's not the go-to place to go. Obviously, is it that? I don't think so. I don't think it really matters for footballers anymore, that sort of location thing. What is it?
I don't want. I'm just trying to think. Who have they gone for now? So they've lost out.
Well, I mean,
the thing is, I think the players that they have lost out to. Let's be honest here. The players that they have lost out to have gone to big clubs.
When we went to United,
yep. Delap and Pedro went to Chelsea.
Yeah, Delap and Pedro went to Chelsea.
TK to us. Trafford to Man City.
Yeah.
So they have gone to the big clubs. I'm sure there's a couple of others that I've lost out on.
Did he look at Gibbs White or someone else or something like that? I can't remember. He looked at someone else.
They looked at Gahey last year, but also
Gahey last year, yeah.
Come to us.
I can't.
So maybe they're just playing in the wrong park.
Maybe they're just subject to.
They're fighting for players with the big clubs, and they're realizing they just ain't ready yet for that.
Yeah, it's you almost need like a sustained period of success, don't they? Like,
yeah, before they can come to the table.
Yeah, I know.
It's like they're trying to run before they can walk.
They don't offer big wages either, which is a thing. Which City,
yeah,
astronomical wages, haven't they? Even when they were signing Robinho, he was like the best player in the league.
Yeah,
like astronomical wages. Like that was the only reason people going there back in the day, because City wasn't winning anything in 2008, 2009, stuff like that. Like,
I think Newcastle fans need to know where they are as a club.
Yeah,
in terms of bigness, and big. That's not a word. In terms of largeness,
is
the fact that they've lost a player to Man United right now.
Yeah, I get why
volumes.
I get why they'd be annoyed though, like because United are rubbish at the minute. Like
I know it will be annoying. Yeah, it would be annoying. It really would be annoying. It's just like, well, what can they offer you right now? But that's just the pull of a big club like that.
maybe they go back into the market of like going. I mean, Tonali was a great signing, by the way. I think any top club would have signed Tonali when they signed him.
Really? I said I said that season we did like a predictions thing on something else I did. I did a predictions. I signing the season. I said Tonali, and then he did the scandal, didn't he?
Yeah,
and he was suspended for most of the season.
like did maybe need to like sort of go back into the market that they were in before. Like when they brought the players in, like Isak, yeah, very good upcoming talent, like brilliant upcoming talent, but like. There was obviously clubs sniffing around him, like Liverpool and all that. I obviously looked at him and Arsenal and stuff, but Newcastle.
I'm just thinking though, mate, to be honest, the players they have actually gone for are actually that level I think they should be going for.
Yeah, I'm not saying they're not, but maybe they need to go for like
João Pedro, Brighton, and Mbeumo, Brentford. I mean, Elanga was in a better position, and he's gone to him.
Yeah,
He's in Forest. XTK was probably this Isak at that time.
Yeah. I just think
I think they're sort of going for the right players. I just think they've been unlucky that the PSR issues and the clubs that have come from are bigger clubs.
you could look at like. I mean, we're talking in retrospect. It's not a company club. We don't know we know what we're talking about, but we don't know what we're talking about at the same time. You know what I mean? But like just the market that people are dipping into, like not saying like go to Romania and try and get the best Romanian talent out. Just look at like Serie A or someone.
Yeah, look at other leagues. Yeah, there's talent in like the Belgian league, there's Dutch league, there's plenty of talent out there.
Seems like they're only going for Premier League players, doesn't it? Like they've not.
Yeah.
Well, I get it because they're in the Premier League and they want to.
Yeah.
But maybe go outside. I know Sesko. They're obviously looking at Sesko now, but isn't he their first target that they're looking outside the league at? I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it?
Just look at us. Look at us, though, mate. Look at us. Let's go back to when we was in that situation. Look at the players we were looking at.
Mm.
Mane, obviously Southampton at the time. Salah,
Roma.
Alisson Becker, Roma. Firmino, obviously just before Klopp, Offenheim. We were looking at Matip, Schalke.
Yeah, on a free.
We were looking elsewhere. We looked at obviously a few. What Premier League talent do we sign? Van Dijk, Mane. Not much. Wijnaldum, obviously from Newcastle.
Yeah. To be honest, we've not really signed. We never really do that. To be honest, though, do we? Like, we're not. This is the first time we've seen it in a long time. Us signing from other Premier League clubs. I've not.
There's none of the lower Premier League clubs as well. We do sign from Robertson, obviously Hull. He went down Championship.
Yeah, when we got Milner on a free, obviously that was a bit before.
Yeah.
We usually obviously dip into we've always been Bundesliga, aren't we? Always dip into that sort of market and Serie A. We've obviously done a lot of Serie A. We're not really gone near La Liga a lot.
No, it's very rare. It's because the players that you want from La Liga are used to playing for the big ones.
I've got one for you actually. We actually mentioned this the other day. Garassi. I think he's oldish.
Yeah.
That could be someone Newcastle will go for like that. Isak going out. Garassi. He's not going to cost a.
Yeah, Garassi and someone else. Garassi and like a younger one. Yeah.
Yeah, he's not going to cost a fortune, is he? Mm. And he's going to come in and he's just going to start banging loads of goals. And he got like 12 goals in the Champions League.
Ridiculous last season for Don. Absolutely ridiculous.
Like someone like that, that for me would make more sense than like trying to get like a player in that's gonna, you're paying over the odds because they're in the Prem. Maybe look into their markets again. I don't know. I'm not Newcastle board of director, by the way. I'm just saying when they did that, when they got Isak, Tonali, all them sort of players.
It worked. Now they are the level of Champions League.
Yeah, it worked. Botman was from Ligue 1.
Anthony Gordon was a good signing, I thought, at the time.
Yeah, Botman's from Ligue 1 as well.
Yeah, Botman's a good signing.
All them players were from like, sort of Ligue 1 and stuff. Yeah, maybe I don't know. Maybe go back into that market. I don't know. Make more sense to me.
Where did Gamarish come from at that time?
Ligue 1.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Botman and him, Ligue 1, both. Yeah. Leon, wasn't it?
Gamarish. Yeah, it was. It was Leon. Yeah, it was Leon. Yeah. When do you think Isak will be completed? So, Adam, the other night we actually did. I don't know what night it was. I think it's Friday night. We actually guessed what day he was going to be completed. I said the 12th of August, which is a Tuesday. I think we play on the 15th, which is a Friday. So yeah, 12th of August. I said. But it could get done quicker. Like I said, Newcastle need to get rid as soon as because they've got still 5 weeks left to sort out their transfers. As we've been talking here, they don't know really by Elanga. and they need to sort things out. And then they actually could go into the season without a striker at the moment, which is mad.
Yeah.
So Langa, you better train a new position, mate. That's what you've been bought for. Yeah, thank you for watching tonight. If you are new to the channel, we are on the road to 1.5k subscribers. We hit 1k last week. Unbelievable achievement, and I want to keep going. I want to not stop here. I want to create you the best Liverpool channel we physically can, best football channel we can, and we're going to do more content this season. Match reactions, watch-alongs, everything you want as a Liverpool fan, everything you want as a football fan, we are going to be doing on this channel. Thank you everyone for watching tonight. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already. We're back live again tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock and again live tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Thank you for watching. Have a great night, guys. And speak to you all soon.